So 2 years ago, I quit my job, and that is when my life actually began. Check this out. So it's Tuesday afternoon, I'm out for a walk with the dog, and this is something that I couldn't do just 2 years ago because I'd probably be stuck in traffic right now on my way home from work. And that is a sad reality for most people. We work 40 hours a week, our whole life, and then get to retire at the ripe old age of 70 years old. And by that point, we're probably not in the best condition to actually do things that we want to do, to go exploring maybe, to go surfing, to go hiking, travel the world, do all these fun things that we want to do in our 20s and 30s that we never have the opportunity to do because guess what? We end up working our whole life instead and only get a measly few weeks off a year. And usually those few weeks you want to spend relaxing because you're so burnt out from the working life that you don't really want to do anything other than put your feet up in Tenerife or something shit like that. So it's a scam. The whole system, the working life, the corporate workplace is a scam. It's designed to keep you poor. It's designed to keep you trapped. It purposely prevents you from having creativity because, again, if you go to work all day and you get home from work, you do all your chores, probably sat in traffic, things like that, make lunch for the evening and the next day. And by that point, you're knackered and you just want to get into bed. And that is the problem because all your best hours are being absorbed by your boss, by your company. The best hours in the day, your mornings, your afternoons, you're using all your energy to make your boss more money, to make your boss's company more money. And the whole point of this video is it doesn't need to be like that. This is exactly why I started my own businesses, my own online businesses. And I now call them lifestyle businesses because they work around my lifestyle. They don't feel like work. I get to do things that I want to do every day. And the whole point of this video is because I want to make people aware, which you might already be aware. Maybe you're just not taking action on these things. But there's a different path that exists. We do not need to trade our time for money. We do not need to work for someone else to make money. You'd be surprised how many people I speak to that think the only way of making money is to do work for someone else. It's to fill a position, to be a cog in a big machine. But it's not the case. You can generate money off your own back by building a business. And you can actually build a business around something that you're passionate about or a hobby or a sport that you perhaps do. You can monetize. There's so many different ways of making money now. We're in such a great opportunity, the digital age. It's never been easier to generate money doing what you love to do. It just requires us to take action, to get out our own way, to strip back any limiting beliefs that we hold on to, and to actually take action on the things that we need to do. But the education side of things is part of the issue as well, because we're not taught these things. We're not taught how to be creative, how to go off and build your own businesses. This is something that I've been deeply obsessed with over the last 5 years, is just building things. It's just learning skills, knocking down barriers, and just understanding that I can do this. I'm someone who can build a business. And if I strip it back to 5 years ago, I was in a horrible place. I was working my job that I didn't really enjoy. I worked there for 12 years as an engineer, and I hated the whole thing. I just really didn't like the whole lifestyle around it. I didn't like waking up early. I didn't like the whole workplace politics where everyone would throw you under the bus just to make themselves look good in front of the boss. I didn't like some of the people that I had to work with, but I had no choice because they were work colleagues. But I wouldn't speak to them outside of work because I couldn't stand their attitude and the way they were at work. The money wasn't great. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't amazing. But the biggest issue was the free time, because you realise how short life is and how quickly it passes by and how valuable time actually is. Like money you can make more of, you can get back. But time is something that once it's gone, it's gone. And too many of us just let it slip away from us, and we don't take action on our dreams until it's too late. But this video, this is going to piss a lot of people off because there's some people who love their jobs. They're a work slave and they love it. And that's absolutely fine. If you love your job, maybe you've got a good job. If you're, maybe you're on 100 grand a year, you got a nice car, company car, you get your holidays every year and you're happy. But for me, and for the people who will relate with this video, are the people who are ambitious. They want more out of life. They value their time, their relationships, their hobbies and, dreams. They want to actually fulfill their dreams. That's the big part, isn't it? So those people that are watching this will already probably feel like they want to do something like this, but maybe you're just too scared to take that jump, because it is scary. It took me a long time to quit my job. It took me a long time of building skills and learning how to do things, learning how not to do things, to finally get to a point where I was actually making enough money to replace my salary. But the point of this video is I want to make people aware that you don't actually need as much money as you think you do to replace your salary. Most people think you need to make hundreds of thousands of pounds, you need to build this crazy online business, but you really don't. You can quit your job on like 5 grand a year, 5 grand a month, sorry. Not 5 grand a year, that would be not very much at all. 5 grand a month, you can quit your job and you can go full time and you can build one of these businesses, you can build a life for yourself where you actually enjoy doing things every day. I mean, look at that. No one's around here, it's pretty quiet. Everyone's still stuck in traffic on their way home from their jobs that they don't like. They've probably had a shit day and then they're going to get home, put their feet up on the TV and be too tired to do anything about it. But when you have free time, your creativity comes back, because as humans, we're naturally creative. And I think the normal 9-to-5 grind suppresses that. It makes people just not want to do anything. But ever since I've quit my job, I've never been this creative. I'm constantly building stuff. I'm obsessed with working now because it doesn't feel like work. It feels like fun. This video that I'm making here, this is work. This is a video that will live on the internet. It's an asset, which will hopefully bring me in some clients and customers, because I have a community. I have a free community that teaches people how they can learn these business models, how you can start to generate an income for yourself and slowly work towards getting yourself out of the scam, the system that we're in, the trap. I've also got a paid community, but this is for people who need the support. But you can learn how to do all this for absolutely free inside my free community. So I will put the link in the description for that. But I would recommend going through, checking it out, and start learning some of these skills. Start learning about the business models that will enable you to quit your job, because anyone can do this. This is the benefit of the digital age. Technology is fantastic now, and we've never had a fantastic opportunity like we have today. But yeah, again, the point of this video is just to really motivate people to follow the untrodden path. Do not be a sheep. You do not need to fall for the same trap that many of our parents fell for, or feeling like you need to work your whole life just to look forward to retirement and then finally be happy, which by the way doesn't happen. Would you not rather be in a position in your 30s, 40s, 50s and be retired or semi-retired? Have a business where you get to spend more time with family, more time with friends. You get to do what you want every single day. You get to live life to the full. You get to use your most valuable resource, time, effectively, rather than give it for someone else, because your boss doesn't care. Your boss doesn't care whether you leave. This is the one thing that I learnt after my 12 years of engineering. I worked my way up to a manager position in a design department of an engineering company. And as soon as I left, they had a replacement for me instantly. I believe he even came for the interview while I was still in my notice period, which was very humbling, because then I realised I was just a very small cog in this big machine. I was nothing. And 12 years of work, 12 years of giving my entire life, pretty much, to this company because I saw a future in it. I was climbing the ladder like most people do. And that really put the nail in the coffin for me, because then I realised that the whole thing was just, I was just replaceable. I was no one important. I thought I was, but obviously I wasn't. And this is the point I'm trying to make, is if you're going to give your time to anyone, if you're going to dedicate your life, then dedicate it to your own business, dedicate it to yourself. Because imagine if you'd put 10, 12 years into your own business, how successful you would be. Have this business where you can just do whatever you want every single day and make as much money as you want. Because at that point, you would have more than enough skills and scalability to actually be, making some crazy money there. So for those that want to join my community and learn a little bit more about some of these business models, then I will put the link in the description. If you need any help with anything, or you want to jump on a call and discuss things, maybe you're someone who has already thought about business models, but you're just stuck, or maybe you've hit bottlenecks. Well, this is what I have my paid community for, is to help people get past those bottlenecks and actually start getting the results that will improve their life. Remember, you don't need as much money as you think to replace your salary. 5 grand per month and you'll be well on your way to quit your job, and then you can spend the extra 40 hours a week putting it somewhere a bit more sensible, which is into your own business. But I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.